Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 107. I am one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host of this awesome show.
I'm DT3. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing
Hello,
well.
everyone. How are you doing out there? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Uh, yeah. Wow. 107 episodes, man. At some point,
107.
I'm gonna have to stop saying like the numbers because I'm like, but every time we show up, I'm like the number just keeps going, and I get excited every time I see it. So.
Yeah, yeah, dude. We're just ever since we got past 100, man. It's been kind of like, wow, we made it here, dude. We're in the triple digits now, man.
Yes, 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 indeed. Um, Yeah, so we usually start off the show with what we've been up to the past week, and I haven't been up to like many different things, but I've been doing the things I've been doing for a very long time. So, Daniel, do you want to go first and get us started here on what we're up to, what we've been up to past week?
Sure. So, what I've been up to the past week is Josh and I started playing Star Wars Galaxies, I believe, last week. Literally after we did Cantina last week, I think like later that afternoon we just started playing Star Wars Galaxies, and that's been taking up a lot of time. I still haven't played as much as I wanted to play because I'm still kind of like figuring things out and all that. I'm sure Josh will have more to speak on that, but it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. We did a co-stream on was it Thursday, and
Yes.
it was it was fun. It was really cool. Seeing the community show up for it as well, and people who worked on the game, and uh, social media uh, people, and it was cool, man. It was really dope. But I'm having fun with that. I'm definitely gonna be playing more of that. Um, and yeah, that's one of the things. Played some more Halo Infinite. Trying to complete some of the passes on that because there's a lot to do there. Um, yeah, still got more to do. I tried to do more of the samurai event thing. It ended today. At least, this current run of it. Though I guess they're gonna run it again at some point. But I was like, man, I could have. If they would have just gave me more challenges, I'd have been able to do it. But they did me dirty on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that game's fun. I like Halo Infinite. I think Halo Infinite has become like my go-to FPS these days. It's just fun, man. Whenever I want to shoot something up or whatever. Watch the latest episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Holy moly! I can't wait to talk about it next week because that's gonna be our main topic next week's. A little bit of a heads up for that. The Book of Boba Fett. We're gonna be talking about that next week. So yeah, prepare yourselves on that. In case you're wondering why today's episode wasn't or isn't next week, it's because next week we're doing Boba. So we're like, all right, we'll just
Yeah.
go ahead and do this episode today. you know.
It's the way the
Peacemaker
cookie
episode
crumbles.
6. Yeah. Peacemaker episode 6. Watch that. More good stuff. I'm enjoying that show for what it is. And I'm curious to see, where the rest of the episodes take us. Josh and I have been playing Dying Light on stream. We're gonna be continuing that tomorrow live, so come check that out. He'll be streaming it. I'll be streaming it.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff. So come check that out.
We're
That's been
like
fun. I've been
halfway.
enjoying that.
I think we're like halfway through the game, but we're gonna do some side stuff. I imagine stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. But that's been a good time.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Uh, watch more episodes of the Vox Machina show. I didn't realize that they'd be releasing 3 a week, so I thought there was only gonna be one, and then it's like, oh no, we have 3 more to watch. I was like, what? Really? That was very surprising. Um, what else? And I watched the movie Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Holy shit, dude, that's a great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. It was really good, man. Frances McDormand was fantastic in it, and then and it also had Sam Rockwell and Woody Harrelson. It's good stuff, man. Definitely recommend if you haven't checked it out. I don't want to get too much in the details for people who haven't seen it, but yeah, what a great movie. So, but yeah, it's pretty much what I've been up to. Not as much as the previous weeks, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. All right. For me, I have been deep in Star Wars Galaxies, like hard on the Restoration 3 stuff. With those guys over yonder. I'm max level, and I'm a bounty hunting, creature handling guy. Um, so I just hit max level yesterday. I need to get gear and stuff and figure out, you know. Here's the thing: back when I played Galaxies, I didn't know how to play, and honestly, I still don't know how to play. But luckily, the community over there is really nice. They have a cool Discord. Um, they have events. They're really, really, really helpful. And I met some nice guys over there that are really kind and showing us kind of the ropes and things going on over there. Um, I'm all caught up on Peacemaker. I watched everything that was out, which is up to episode 6, I believe. So I've caught up on Peacemaker. I had it on while I was playing Galaxies, so it was a way to get caught up. Daniel and I've been Dying Light, so he said that. Um, Legends of Vox Machina, been watching that, obviously loving it. And Boba Fett, my God, Boba Fett, so good, so good. And that's a bit like, literally, that's it. I haven't watched any movies. Really, the only TV shows I've watched were Peacemaker and Vox Machina. But seriously, like most of this week has been playing Galaxies, and I don't know. After I play it for a while, I may be able to put my thoughts into words on how like this game has grabbed me. Like in some ways, it's like way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
mean even yeah even I can see that it's like wow, some of the stuff that they're trying to do here is like they were trying to do this in 2003, dude. Like that's crazy.
right? It's got a layer of depth to it that modern day MMOs don't. It's in some ways it's almost like a survival game. Like if you think about it, like the crafting and having to gather resources and things like that. Like if that's the path you go down, that is
Yeah,
like it's hard to think to put it into words how complicated it is.
because by golly, there's a lot of options you can go, a lot of paths and options you can go down in this
Yeah,
game, man.
and mix and match, it's crazy. Um,
Insanity.
so there will definitely be probably more Galaxy talk in the future, for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I've been up to. I haven't watched any movies or anything, um, or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So if
Yeah,
we want to
I
head into
tried
the
to
news,
watch
oh,
I tried to watch movies, but sometimes you just lose track of time. But anyway,
I didn't
yes.
know what to watch. I've been looking at HBO Max and like there's some things on there I want to check out. Like let me pull it open here. I'll open it for you guys. Not for you guys, for me, and tell you what I'm seeing.
I thought, let me
Um,
pull up HBO Max. Let's
let
check
me
this
get
shit out.
my Twitch, man. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Um, uh, oh, what was on here that I wanted to check out? There was some stuff on here I want to check out. Oh, Nightmare Alley's on there. I want to see that. Um,
I want to check out Malignant. It's a horror movie
yeah,
though.
that's on there.
Yeah, amongst other things, you know.
Yeah, there's some things on there. The Last Duel, I kind of want to check that out and see if it's worth checking out, kind of thing.
Honestly, there's some TV shows on that I want to watch, like Rome, Boardwalk
Yeah,
Empire. I never seen The Sopranos, so maybe I'll check that out at some point.
I never finished The Sopranos. I watched them
I
like a little bit, and then like I never
Yeah,
finished it.
I've never seen any of it. Like it was just before I was, interested in that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah,
and there's other movies I need to watch. Like,
Rome's really
spoiler
good
alert,
too.
today's topic of the show. Yeah, Deadwood's another show. Exactly, that one I've
Mm-hmm.
been eyeing for a long time. I actually want to watch that soon. I don't know how soon, but I wanna get on it because I've been meaning to watch that one for a long time. But yeah, there's some movies that like relate to today's topic that I haven't seen. Like I'll give you guys one for example. I'm gonna give it away for you now, so you don't expect it later. Like I haven't seen When Harry Met Sally, so I can't.
I
I
haven't
don't know
seen it
how.
either.
I don't know how good that you know. I don't know how good that the chemistry is on that, so I can't speak on that. It's on my list of things to watch, but it's not on my list of today's topic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there, I spoiled one for you guys, but don't expect it. I haven't seen it anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on HBO Max that I want to check out. I'm slowly trying to get things, but like I started off the year pretty strong in last month in January, and then this past week I just haven't really been watching much.
It's
I
gonna
gotta
be
watch the
February
rest
is gonna
of
be hard to watch stuff because there's so
yeah.
many games and shit coming out that we'll be playing and stuff.
I also need to finish Ozark because I watched. I think I mentioned what last week or the week before that or whenever that I watched all of season three. I gotta check out part one of season four, man, because that was really good the way they left it off. But I just, man, it's just sometimes it's just tough, man.
Yeah, and I wanted to check out what is it, 1870, what is that show?
Oh, 1883 or something like that.
1883, that's it. I want to
Yes,
check out that show. Sorry, when you throw a bunch of numbers together, I'm never gonna remember that as a title. Um, I wanted to check that out and stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff I
yeah,
want to check out.
right, exactly. I'm the same. So much to watch, not enough time.
Right?
Anyway, you want to get into the
Um,
news here?
yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
All right. Okay, the first piece of news that we have here to start off uh the news of the week for our gaming news is Supermassive has trademarked 5 more Dark Pictures games. So we
Ooh.
all know those Dark Pictures games that they do, all the anthology of games that they have. Um there is so many of them. So many of them. They started in 2019 with The Man of Medan, and then they've released one every year. Like in 2020 they had Little Hope, and then last year they put out House of Ashes. The Devil in Me is gonna be the next one sometime this year, and will serve as the season finale of the first season. Uh, the fifth game in the series, Switchback, was semi-revealed through trademark filing. Now the next 5 games have been revealed in the same way. Uh, and apparently they had originally referred to the Dark Pictures series as an 8-game series, but these new 5 trademarks that they've done will bring the total up to 10. Uh, so maybe season 2 is a 6-game season, or maybe a season 3 is in the works. But anyway, uh, here are the names of the next 5 Dark Pictures games. So we have the Dark Pictures Directive 8020, the Dark Pictures The Craven Man, the Dark Pictures Intercession, the Dark Pictures Winterfold, and the Dark Pictures O Death. And each one of those titles comes with its own logo.
Huh.
That, of course, is like basically this. I mean, it's a part of a series, so it's gonna have like the basic, template of the thing, but they all have their own little title in it. So it's like the Dark Pictures, Directive 8020, and the Craven Man, and, so on and so forth. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we have like stuff like this where it's like, all right, we're gonna do a series, and then we're gonna have like
Right.
you know seasons of games. Like that's kind of, I don't know how often we have that, but so I think that's kind of neat. Even though I personally haven't played any of these games, I I've watched, I think, a couple people play Man of Medan, and then maybe a Little Hope, but I don't I think that's it. Like I don't think I've seen House of Ashes, the newest one that's come out. So anyway, I still think it's cool, this whole idea and stuff. I haven't played any of these myself, like I said, but I think it's a really cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the style of games that come to mind for me is like I think they're like what is that game called? The one that Until Dawn. That's the one I'm thinking of. It's kind of that style, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like Majin's in the chat right now, and he said that he played Man of Medan. And that yeah, Hannah did play Little Hope. That's right. That's why I've seen a few of these. But anyway, yeah, they're neat games. And yeah, I think the ideas behind them are pretty cool. Have you seen any of these games, Josh, or no?
Yeah, I've watched some streamers play. Uh, a few
Gotcha.
of them, like most of them, I'll check out and like they have like co-op and stuff. So I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
distracted, guys. Somebody came in and asked me to do a favor, and I'm trying to do it really quick. Well, while Daniel was talking, that's why I like looked away and like was confused for a minute there. So sorry, distractions. They know I do
We'll
things, yet
move on to the
they
next
still
one.
come.
We'll move on to the next one.
What do you got?
Uh, Warner Media has quietly delayed the release of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. So remember at the beginning of the year when we when we did our, you know, 2022 preview, and we're like, all right, for the past 2 years now, things have been getting moved up and down and all and whatnot. Well, here we have another game that has been pushed back, and that is, like I said, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. It was announced in 2020, and it was supposed to release this year, and now it's been pushed back until 2023. Over here, an article on Bloomberg. Um, Several other big video game projects from Warner Brothers have also been pushed back. That Harry Potter game, uh, the Batman and the Lego Star Wars, or Lego version of Star Wars were all planned for 2021, but slipped into this year due to production problems caused by the pandemic and other development challenges. Warner Brothers had originally said that the Suicide Squad game, which features a crew of comic book anti-heroes battling against brainwashed superheroes like Superman, would also be out in 2022. Warner Media Chief Executive Officer Jason Killar wrote on Twitter last week that this year's release schedule will include delivering a full slate of highly anticipated games, alongside logos of the Harry Potter based game Hogwarts Legacy and the Batman game Gotham Knights. Suicide Squad was notably left out. Warner didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. Warner is set to be spun off from AT&T and merged with Discovery Inc. Uh, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League will be releasing in 2023. Like I said, so that's a game that's quietly been pushed under the rug. They didn't announce it, or they didn't throw put anything out. They're just like, all right, well, hope you guys don't mind that we're quietly moving this next year because we're still giving you Harry Potter and Lego Star Wars and Gotham Knights this year. Which
Yep.
I mean, you guys know how I feel about the delays. Like as long as the game is good on release, then I personally don't mind it. Um, and yeah, to be honest, that's fine. Like we're getting all those other games this year along with many other games. So I'm
Yeah.
okay with them pushing that back. I'm super looking forward to the Lego Star Wars game. Gotham Knights is also one of my most anticipated games of the year. And then I'm not that big into Harry Potter, but I would be willing to check out Hogwarts Legacy, those three are both intriguing to me in one way or another. So um I'll at least I'll at least play two out of those three, but all three of them are kind of interesting. But yeah, I can wait on Suicide Squad. Not really a big deal for me. But yeah, you got anything to add on to that, Josh?
No, no, no. Just that we're you know how we are. We're always fine with delays and things, and there's a lot coming out, so there's no reason not to delay it and get your shit like get your shit like it's a bad thing. Get your stuff all fixed up, and we want pristine releases and
Yeah, I
things
mean, we
like that. It's
basically say
never
this every
never bothered me. Never bothered me.
yeah, we basically say this every time there's a delay. I mean, we don't mind it. It's all good.
I will continue to say it too because I want the world to believe as I do with delays like that they're fine. Um,
Yeah.
all right, you guys have my full attention. I'm sorry about that.
Moving to the next thing. An ex Skyrim, Journey, and Spider-Man developers Uh, or look, remember rewind that. Ex Skyrim Journey Spider-Man developers reveal a new remote first studio, which is going to be called Gardens.
Cool.
So Gardens is a new studio revealed, made up of former Skyrim, Journey, and Marvel Spider-Man developers that is designed to be a remote first, prioritizing studio transparency, sustainability, and empowerment amongst employees. The co-founders are Chris Bell, who worked on Journey, What Remains of Edith Finch, Sky, Children of the Light. Lexi Dostal, who worked on Dust Force. Stephen Bell from Blaseball and What Remains of Edith Finch. But Gardens is already home to developers who have worked on projects like Marvel Spider-Man, the Ratchet and Clank series, the Fallout series, and more. While Gardens does not have a new game to formally announce just yet, it does say its core mission is to create vibrant online games that foster meaningful multiplayer moments and relationships between players around the world. Gardens' upcoming yet unnamed game builds upon the special ways members of the team have designed shared online experiences in the past. With players crossing past a mysterious and magical world driven by the concept art of Mako, art direction by Leighton Milne, who did art for Ashen and The Hobbit. An art team led by Ryan Beno, who worked on Marvel's Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, and they actually have some concept art for their game, for their unnamed game there in this the article that we're checking out here,
Throw it
which
up
looks
on the
kind of
screen for
cool.
you guys.
I
Yeah, I
like
like
the
it too.
little vibes we got here.
Looks pretty cool.
Uh, in a press release, Chris Bell said, "With Gardens, we wanted to create a studio that cares as much about the health, happiness, and well-being of its team members as we do the craftsmanship of the games we create together. Our top priority is making sure our teammates enjoy their lives and are given the tools and resources to grow while creating compelling, well-crafted, thoughtful games that cultivate novel shared experiences between players online." The studio will be primarily based in Portland, Oregon, and Los Angeles, California, but it functions as a fully remote studio. It aims to create games that cultivate lasting friendships like Journey and if you're somebody who is in the in the field there, you can they're currently hiring for 3D artists, animators, and engineers. So there you go. But yeah, I like that. It's a cool little studio that they're coming up with, and
They got some talent with
they
a
do have some talent,
yeah.
and they're going about things the right way. So I'm about it.
Cool.
Here we have the big news of the week,
Yeah.
which is that Rockstar has confirmed, officially confirmed, the active development of the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is
Hey
well
Daniel.
underway.
They
What's that?
they obviously saw our podcast on the episode we did about Grand Theft Auto. You know, I'm waiting on that check, Rockstar. Just saying, any time, you know, for those ideas we gave you. You know, just putting it out there. Continue, Daniel. Sorry, it's a stupid joke.
Yeah, yeah. So they were talking. So they did like a general Grand Theft Auto community update thing on their blog or whatever on their website of the Rockstar.com, and they talked about GT Online and how they're going on to their third generation of consoles or whatever. And we're not gonna talk about that because that's not of interest to us, I believe. But they do have a little section at the end where they said, "What's next?" And here's what it reads: With the unprecedented longevity of GTA 5, we know many of you have been asking us about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project we embark on, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered, and we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready, so please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. So there it is. They officially have confirmed that GTA 6 is underway. Um, and one of the and as cool as it is to have the announcement of the confirmation that they're working on GTA 6, I cannot help but think how bad how they don't give a shit about Red Dead Online and how fucking
Right.
annoyed that makes me. oh, here's
Mm-hmm.
our fucking GTA Online update, and fucking we're going to the third generation of this fucking game, but nothing on fucking Red Dead Online, dude. Why won't they give us anything for Red Dead Online, dude? Come on, dude. What the hell is going on here, Rockstar? Has the Save Red Dead Online fucking hashtags on Twitter done nothing?
They
Come
need to
on,
start
man.
selling when they start selling grizzly cards, like shark cards.
Grizzly cards, yeah.
In Red Dead, they might give a shit about it,
Uh,
but they don't. They only care about the things that's going to make them the monies. And I guess they've just made a ton of money off those shark cards for
well, I mean, yeah, that's
GTA.
that's. It's just like, how do they keep ignoring Red Dead Online, dude? There's so many of us that would keep playing this. I mean, I still play it every once in a while because I have,
Yeah,
I
we
know
go
a lot
through
of people that
phases.
play the. I know a lot of people that play the game. Even like from our group and like just other people that I've met playing the game that like
Hmm.
that play it too. So I know a lot of people that want to play this game and would keep playing it, but they don't fucking do anything. They don't add anything to the game, man. And whenever they do, it's like, oh, here's this, diamond stealing missions, which is like, all right, that's neat, but like that's not like gonna keep us playing the game. You know what I mean? So they need like a huge update where they add a lot to the game, and
Yeah,
it's just I
shit.
just can't believe this game.
It's crazy how little of a shit they give about it because you have random ass fucking hackers in there fucking spawning like
Yeah, like
the horrible
fucking
shit, KKK shit, giant fucking animals shit. They're like just on top of you
fucking
shit,
I just
teleporting you
remember
around
the
and stuff.
the fucking the Grand Wizard dude that was flying around spawning bears and shit. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, dude.
Literally getting
I
people
just
banned because they will
yeah.
spawn like chests in front of you that have the gold, the premium
Yeah, and then
currency in them.
if
Like,
you open it, you get fucked for fucking doing it.
yeah, because you don't
Even though there's
realize,
other
like,
even though there's
man,
other jackass fucking spawned it in the game, dude.
they really
So
dropped
yeah,
the
it's
ball with the online in Red Dead.
I'm so pissed because the fucking single player is such a masterpiece.
Hmm.
And as much fun as I've had with the online, it's just they they did drop the ball on it, man. They could have been so much better, man. And it still can be much better. They just need to fucking get their asses working on it, man. I'm so sick of hearing about GTA Online, dude. Like I want to fucking that game has been out for longer than fucking Red Dead Online. Like can we give Red Dead Online its time to shine now? The game has been out for this year. I think in like November it'll be like 4 years since the game has been out, right? Red Dead
Hmm.
on Red Dead 2. It's like how are we like almost 4 years into this and we still like not even close to what fucking GTA Online is. It kind of
There,
annoys me.
Daniel, there are some things in life that are guaranteed: death, taxes, Skyrim, and GTA Online. Like those are like
Fucking
it, bro.
Skyrim. Oh my god.
The shit that they
Uh,
will not let go. Like they just hang on to it. It's the worst. I'm like, just move the
yeah.
fuck on
Any
already.
yeah, I yeah, that's I'm ready to move. I'm speaking of moving on, I'm ready to move on from this because I'm just
Let's
gonna
do
get
it.
more annoyed at them not fucking doing anything with fucking Red Dead. Anyway, the last thing that I have in here is they released a official showcase for Ghostwire Tokyo,
Check this out.
which is a game that I was pretty interested in. I don't know how interested you are in this one, but I thought it was pretty cool. I actually haven't seen this official showcase, but from what I heard is that people are describing it as Dishonored in modern Japan,
Hmm.
which sounds pretty cool because I like Dishonored.
Yeah. So we'll probably be
And this
skipping
is
through this because it's 20
yeah, I was gonna
minutes.
say this is a 20-minute video, so we're not gonna watch it all. It's an entire showcase, but yeah, it's a game that I had on my radar, so I wanted to check it out. This is PS5 footage, by the way, for those of you wondering. It's like a
Footage captured
spooky,
from PS5.
supernatural, horror type dealio with fucking some Slenderman or whatever.
Haunting vision of Tokyo with explosive first-person combat and dangerous
There we go.
monsters.
We got sound on for you guys now.
After nearly all of Tokyo's population
So the story
mysteriously
begins in the
vanishes,
fallout of the vanishing of everybody
the city
disappearing.
is flooded with supernatural creatures. Our story begins here, in the fallout of the vanishing. You awake
Yo,
in the
possessed by a
deserted
spirit
streets
named
of Tokyo,
KK. Are we talking about
with an
KK
unknown
Slider?
voice inside your head and strange elemental powers
That'd be
coursing
nuts.
through your veins. Possessed by a mysterious spirit named KK, who has his own agenda, you'll need to save the city from this twisted nightmare. In Ghostwire Tokyo, you'll harness an arsenal of powerful abilities through a mystic art known as ethereal weaving. Channeling raw ether, such as wind, fire, and water. As the story unfolds, you'll learn to upgrade and master these abilities based on your play style, incorporating powerful core grabs and perfectly timed blocks, all to devastating effect.
The game is really pretty. In first person. Sorry.
Alongside your abilities, you'll have a range of more traditional and mystical tools at your disposal. Traversal and exploration are a central part of Ghostwire Tokyo. And with the Tengu ability, players can grapple and maneuver through the city with ease. Areas of dense fog not only harbor dark energy that drains your health,
Ooh, Torii
but are
Gates, okay.
infested with deadly paranormal creatures. To clear these infected areas, you'll need to cleanse corrupted Torii Gates scattered throughout the city. And by freeing untethered souls, you'll acquire experience to upgrade your ethereal abilities. Throughout Tokyo, you'll discover strange distortions in reality known as Utena spaces, where time and space themselves cannot be trusted. And the only way to complete your mission.
Oh, okay. So the
is to
gameplay
power
actually
through
starts
them.
at like 3:45.
In this video, we want to view of Ghostwire Tokyo.
This looks very
Pick up at a moment where Akito and
very
KK have
stealthy
been
so
separated.
far.
Leaving
Definitely
Akito
reminds
with
me of
only
like
his wits and traditional
Dishonored, so I
weapons.
kind of see the comparisons there.
Akito must track the spirit down. Sneak attacks and core grabs are a great way to clear your path without attracting unwanted attention.
Giant cube floating in the air.
The Doom Cube.
What are you gonna do with that cube, man?
Waiting
Oh
for
shit!
like
It broke in a...
Pinhead to come out of it.
Oh shit! What the hell? Is that him? Is that one of his homies?
助け何様のつもりだ俺の力が必要だから来たそういうことだろ
Hmm.
で来るんだろ一緒に
Co-op?
人に物を頼む態度じゃ
Probably not. I'm just saying
頼
shit.
んではいない取引だお互い拒否はできない
後悔すんなよ
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
damn.
What the hell?
Dang, gave him new outfit.
Oh shit. Now he's... Oh, some creepy shit. Like a Slender Man and the headless schoolgirl
お前の
and
杖
the
か
fucking
仲
the
良く
fucking raincoat
使ってくれ
kid.
仕方ねえな遊んでやる
Now that you're reunited with
Oh,
KK, you can use his
back to
powers
gameplay.
again and gain access to devastating supercharged attacks. From now on, as you fight, you'll charge your synergy with KK. At full charge, you can enter wire-in
Are
mode
the enemies supposed to be
boost
just
your
standing around
powers.
like that?
It might be a thing that he's doing, I guess.
Yeah, I
No
guess so.
clue.
Because I'm like, it just seems
Between
kind of weird that
buildings,
they're just standing
you'll
around
need
right
to
there waiting to
latch
get
on
killed.
To the nearest Tengu yokai.
Yeah, it's probably an ability.
These creatures
seems like
are
a
not
normal
only the
game.
fastest way to get around, but they also open a new dimension
Oh, grapple
to the
hook.
city.
Yep.
I need more games with
Corrupted
grapple
Torii
hooks.
Gate is just ahead. Cleanse it to clear out some of the sinister fog.
Oh
throughout
shit, what the
city.
hell is that thing? A lot of creepy enemies in this, huh?
Yeah. Not really my bag. I do like how it's very bright when he uses attacks and things.
Yeah,
Like the
very
colors.
colorful.
Yeah, colorful.
Cleanse the
As
cleanse
you
the
progress,
gates.
your powers will grow, and with many enemy archetypes to fight, you'll need to evolve your abilities and strategies to take on
Got
these
'em.
supernatural threats.
Ooh, got him.
I'm about this music though.
Yeah.
Explore
Ooh,
the
got the
city,
block.
and you'll also find other tools and weapons, like these talismans, to expand your combat options.
Talismans, huh? Ah, okay. Different combos with the talismans. All right, I like that. Kamehameha, dude. Man.
He's gonna hit you with the
Using
finger poke of
spectral
doom.
vision, you're able to sense visitors and other points of interest as you make your way through Tokyo.
I had something very very dirty in my mind right now.
Oh lord.
Because you have the two fingers, but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go further than that. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Girl on two fingers.
Hey, girl on three fingers, dude.
Uh,
This seems like a normal game, Loki.
初公開のゴーストワイヤー東京プレイ映像
So
楽
there's
しん
the
でいただ
first
けま
look.
したでしょう
It's
か。本日ご紹介したの
I
は
like the
本作の
scenery,
ほんの
but then
一
again,
部
that's
で
just
す
because I like Japan, you
ま
know.
だまだお見せしてい
Yeah,
ない
it's
要
very
素が
pretty.
たくさんありますので、ご一緒にお待ちくだ
What
さい。
else we got here? We skip it up to, I guess, the 10-minute, what is this? 10-minute, 9-second mark. There's like a deluxe edition stuff. Let's see what they got here. 3-day full game early access. You get an outfit pack. You get a shinobi outfit, which looks kind of cool. Kunai weapons. The game. Is that it? I guess that's it. Okay. What else we got here? Is this more?
looks like it's a lot of devs talking and then
Yeah,
like
a
just
lot of dev
intercut with
stuff.
some
All right,
gameplay.
well, we'll leave it there. We
That's a
showed
good
off the
chunk of it.
gameplay. If you guys want to watch the rest of it, check it out on your own. It's the full 20-minute video.
Yeah.
Check it out on the PlayStation YouTube. It is the Ghostwire Tokyo February 2022 official showcase for PS5. Premiered on the 3rd, which was last Thursday. So yeah, check that out if you want to check it out. We just showed off some of the gameplay here for a bit.
Yeah.
I based off of that, I still think I'm interested, but maybe not as like excited as I was before. I don't know. It's just like it looks cool, but I feel like I've kind of played games like that already before, you know?
Yeah. I feel
There's
like I'm
nothing
getting
that
a
I'm
lot of what
on
that is in Dying Light right now, doing the co-op with you a little bit.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Similar as well. Instead of zombies, you just find these supernatural creepy fucks.
Yeah. Um
I guess that's
But
it, huh? We don't really have
yeah,
anything
bef-
else. We did,
bef-
yes, Loki. I did watch the live action Sifu short movie thing that they
I
put
also
out.
watched
It's
that.
pretty cool, dude. I tried to sign. Speaking of Sifu, I tried signing up for a key for that. You know, for early access. They didn't give it to me.
Mhm. Yeah,
I wanted it so bad though, 'cause, dude. I was watching people play that game. It looks fantastic, dude. It looks so much fun.
it does. It looks great.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
watching Co Carnage play, and it looked good, man. It looked really
hmm
really fun.
Um, before we move on from the game news, I forgot to show this in the what we've been up to the past week because it arrived today. I had it sitting here in
Oh,
a
go for it.
box, but I got some Kickstarter stuff in today, and I was like, I just want to show this on stream really quick before we move
Yeah,
on.
go for it.
Uh, I'll show that in a second. So those of you that know me, Daniel in particular knows this, and fucking a lot of you in the chat probably know this. I back a lot of Kickstarters, and most of them are tabletop stuff. So I backed a Kickstarter a while back for the Iron Kingdom's setting. Ignore the light. Sorry, it's my new ring light. It's reflecting in the cover. But the setting book right here. There it is.
Yeah, it
And it
looks
came
like a
today,
requiem.
along with some other stuff. So here's some of the art in it. Let's see, let me open a page with some art in it. Hang on. You never know what's on art in these things. Actually, I'll show you guys the monster book. That definitely has art. So that was the one book that came, and then we got the Monster Nomicon, and I know I can open up any page on this and show a
Let's
monster
do it.
of some
Random one.
kind
Let's see what we
right
got
here.
here.
What do we got? It
It's
looks
kind of blurry
evil.
for me.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's see.
That is the Patrol. Goddamn, it's a hard name. Some sort of lurker. That's what it says. Sepulchre
Some
lurker.
sort of liquor out there.
Yeah.
Starts with an
Here's
S.
a
And
pistol
ends with a
wraith.
liquor.
Right there's a pistol wraith. That's easy to say.
There you go.
So that came today. A DM scream for it. So you can hide your rolls. The legend. What is this? Legend of Witchfire Adventure for levels 1 through 4. So an adventure book. I think this was one of the stretch goals. The map and a battle mat rather. And there's some creature cards in here somewhere. I think I dropped them in the. Yes.
Oh man, some
For the
creature
Legend of Witchfire.
cards.
Yeah, little cards like that's got the art on them.
Oh, look at that.
And then it's got the stats right there and the difficulty. Hang on, sorry guys. Hard to
It's
do
time
this.
to
Do. And then it has what the monster does on the back of the card. So that's some stuff I got today, and I forgot to show it off earlier, but we can move on now to TV news if you would like. I wanted to show that before, since it was a gaming thing, and I forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
Some cool
All right, yeah,
D&D.
let's go ahead and move on to the TV news for the week. And what we have this time
What do we got?
is we have a few things, not a whole lot. But
Okay.
we have a few things. Let's start off with your new favorite Washington football team. They have officially changed their names, and they are now known as the Washington Commanders. No longer the Washington football team solely. They are now the Washington Commanders. They officially have a new name. They unveiled it sometime last week, I believe on what was it, like Wednesday last week. But yeah, they formerly the Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders. The change is set to become official in the 2022-2023 NFL season. They removed the Redskins name a few years back, and then for I guess what, like 2 seasons, or how many seasons did they have? Were they just
I think it
the
was
Washington
2.
football team
I think it
for
was 2
2 seasons?
seasons.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. The Washington football, they were known as the Washington football team for 2 years, 2 seasons, and now finally they have a name. Which they aren't the only team though, because last July it was announced that the Cleveland Indians franchise also would adopt a new name, and that they would be going by the name of the Cleveland Guardians instead of the Cleveland Indians. So we're moving away from Redskins and Indians, and we have Commanders and Guardians now. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Congratulations on
So
the new name,
Josh,
guys. I guess.
yeah, I have a question now for
Hmm.
you as a Atlanta sports fan. Do you think that the Atlanta Braves are a team that potentially will change their name as well? Not only that, but the second question onto that is, would you care if they change their name or not? Uh,
Um. I don't know because I don't know if the Braves necessarily has like a racist
like a
connotation with
super
it. Like,
problematic name. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't know if it. I mean, it might be, but I'm a white dude talking. So like, what is my
yeah.
opinion? You know, like
I just know
so
that they've like faced criticism in the past
the
for having
biggest
that
the
name.
biggest thing that people want to change is the chop. You know, like
Yeah,
the
mhm,
tomahawk chop.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I don't know. If they changed it, I wouldn't. I don't really care. It's been like that for as long as I can remember, though. But I've never really been
yeah.
like names are just names for me, so I don't care if they change it.
Gotcha.
Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
I was just curious. Since you were an Atlanta sports fan, and I know you
Yeah,
were pretty hyped when the Braves won, the World Series and
I was
whatnot.
just I was just happy for Atlanta to win a sports championship after so long. You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean, hey, yeah. Which also, with all these NFL teams changing their names, it kind of makes you wonder. Like, the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, also kind of is in that vein too.
mm,
Which I don't know. A lot of these teams have had the same names for a long time, but we're living in different times, so I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But you
yeah,
know, like I said, the Washington football team is now the Commanders, and the Cleveland Indians are going to be the Cleveland Guardians. So
yeah,
that's making some changes in the sports world. So yeah,
yeah. Washington's had some. They've really had some bad press. They've had some shit with cheerleaders and stuff that has come out not that long ago too. That's like real bad. So it felt like kind
oh,
of like the name stuff was a little bit of a deflection at times about it. So,
mm,
but I'm not fully educated on it enough to say it. Other than I know like they seem to be kind of shitty a little bit. So
yeah,
um, at the moment. So. Also, I had no idea that the Cleveland was changing their name as well. The to the Guardians, Cleveland Guardians. Is that what you said? I didn't know that was
yeah,
happening.
Cleveland.
That shows you how
Yeah,
much I
so
follow the name stuff. So
Cleveland Guardians is happening, and then now we have the Washington Commanders. So there you go.
yeah, I could see other names changing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right.
And definitely wouldn't bother me.
All right, moving on, moving on. Yeah, I think the Cleveland, real quick before we move on, the Cleveland Guardians thing was
Mm.
announced like I think summer of last year or something. It's been a while now.
Shit, no wonder I can't remember it.
Yeah,
I
yeah, no,
forget
it's all good.
shit.
It's all good. Anyway, moving on. The next thing we have a teaser for The Boys Presents Diabolical.
Let's throw her
Uh,
up there. Let me put that up
so we'll
for
go
you.
ahead and check that out. If you guys remember, the Diabolical was the animated The Boys show coming out in less than a month on March 4th. So I guess we'll play it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Where can you meet up for the most diabolical celebration of all time? That's right, Burger.
Look at that.
And now,
Vada
for a limited time,
Burger.
as part of our new
Jesus.
diabolical menu, we're adding two 61% meat patties to every Big Homie burger.
Oh
Giving
man,
you not
61%
one,
meat patties.
not
Look at
two,
Homelander.
but
Look at
three
Homelander again. Look at
times
Homelander again.
all-American flavor.
Oh my god.
But we're not stopping there.
I was not expecting that.
Ways to get diabolical when you add our new ranch chili queso to any burger, sandwich, or salad, turning up the heat on your favorite Burger classics with a muy caliente punch to the gut. And be sure to bring the whole family down for
Look
a
at that.
super
Oh
surprise,
man.
as
Lord.
all ages can collect one of 8 diabolical toys in every little super meal.
Jesus.
Well, that guy got deaded. Picante balls. What the fuck?
Or just come by yourself. There's always
Uh,
someone waiting for you.
Oh, hell no!
Hungry for something
That dude
fresh?
just. Oh, hell no.
Why wait? Catch all in
Jesus.
coming March 4th to a location near you.
Somebody had fun making that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a teaser for the boys that presents that Balacal. Coming out March 4th. That's pretty soon. But yeah.
Yes. Carry on, Daniel. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right. So there's that. Are you guys looking forward to that? That looks nutty as hell, man. That's so fucking. Oh man, that's so bizarre, dude. All right, so the next thing we have here is interesting because season one hasn't even come out for this show yet, but Stellan Skarsgård has confirmed in a new interview that filming for season two of he confirmed season two of Andor by talking that they will be filming it in autumn. So he was talking to a Swedish news site, and this is his quote that he said. We start with Dune 2 in July, and then in the autumn, it's time for the second season of the Star Wars series Andor. Uh, which again, we don't even have season one of Andor out yet, but he already kind of confirmed that season two is not only a thing, but that they're going to be filming in autumn. Filming for the first season of Andor began in London in November 2020 under the codename Pilgrim. And rather than filming inside of the volume, they filmed on location uh, in several spots in the UK. But COVID caused a number of production delays for the series. And in September of last year, Diego Luna confirmed that the series had wrapped. So they are definitely moving forward with that.
Yeah.
And it was confirmed that Alan Tudyk's K2SO will not be appearing in season one, but you know, who knows? Maybe he'll show up again later at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go, Josh. You confirmed. Stellan Skarsgård confirmed that they're gonna be filming Dune 2 in July and then
Hell
Andor in
yeah.
the autumn. So there you go, man.
So, so this probably bodes well. I saw some people like on the Discord that were like, "I don't know if this bodes well." What do you mean? Why would they?
Yeah. How could this
I don't
not?
understand your logic here about how this isn't like a good thing if
Oh, the
they don't
show
have
isn't
good
even
faith in
out
it.
yet, and they're already filming a season 2. What the fuck? What?
I don't understand this. Like that
I
doesn't
don't
make any sense
understand.
to
I
me.
don't understand some people's comments either. I think they're just not excited for the show. You know, it's like
It just
which is
blows my
fair,
brain.
which is fine. You don't
Yeah.
have to be excited for a
No.
Cassian Andor show. I mean, to be honest, like it's probably one of my least. You know, I'm probably one of my least excited Star Wars shows, but I'm still excited for it. You know what I mean? But like, there's
Mm-hmm.
just so much other stuff that I'm more excited about. Also, god damn you for showing that pizza off again. I'm just like, god damn. I'm over here like reading the article and I see Josh showing off the pizza. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, yeah, I think this bodes very well
I don't
because
know.
there I think that season one, like you know how all of our other Star Wars shows like so far have been like really short seasons, like 8 episodes, and like Book of Boba's only 7. I think if I'm not mistaken, the Andor show is supposed to have like 12 episodes. Like it's like the longest Star Wars series that we're gonna be getting, you know. Um, which I mean, I'm all about, dude. You know, the more Star Wars, the better, in my opinion. So,
Shame.
yeah, I'm excited for when we get that. We should be getting that at some point this year. Hopefully sooner rather than later, since they, you know, finished filming on this already, and you know they should have it. I think like pretty ready to go.
Is what's after Boba?
No,
You
I
know
don't
off the top
know.
of your head?
I mean, in terms of Disney Plus stuff, we have Moon Knight. But Star Wars, we don't have anything confirmed yet, time date wise.
What do you think? Like
So,
summertime? You think you might get Andor?
well, no, I think like springtime we're supposed to be getting like. Well, the rumor is that we're getting Obi-Wan in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Obi-Wan in May, and then we have sometime in spring also Bad Batch season 2, and then I guess Andor sometime after that, maybe or whatever, because we're supposed to be getting what Mando season 3 at the end of the year too. So we got some things coming, but nothing's really confirmed yet.
I'm thinking they'll do Obi-Wan, right? If that's true,
Yeah,
get Bad
Obi-Wan in
Batch.
May.
There'll have to be some. I think they'll do a Marvel buffer in between that, and then maybe Andor, and then Mando at the end of the year. That's me
Yeah,
guessing. That's spitballing.
yeah,
That's how
and
I
then we
would do
know
it.
and we know they're doing more Marvel as well throughout the year.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is going to be the first one that we get, but yeah, they're definitely doing more uh for both Star Wars and Marvel, which I'm excited about, very
So yeah,
excited about. But yeah, I think this is a good thing though that Andor already has
I do
they're
too.
already doing season 2, and this time you wouldn't even have season 1 yet, so that's cool. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what we got in TV news. So we can move on from that if we want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um, go ahead and talk about the movie news. So, in the first piece of the movie news, we have Halle Berry teasing more John Wick, says she's possibly getting her own spin-off movie. So, Halle Berry is a character in John Wick 3, which I believe you haven't even seen yet, right, Josh?
Mm-mm.
Still, I
Still haven't
think.
seen it. I have it, but I just haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great movie. I definitely recommend it. So she was having an interview with IGN this week, and she said that she is not appearing in the next John Wick movie, which is Chapter 4 coming out. I guess what, this year or next year, or I guess next year. Yeah, May 24th, 2023. Okay, next year. But that there's a possibility that she get her own spin-off movie. So while she may not be in the next, oh, you haven't seen John Wick 3 either, Val? What the hell? I thought, man. Anyway, so there's a possibility that she might get her own. This is her quote. There could possibly be a Sophia, her own movie. So she might not be in John Wick, but she might be doing her own thingy. And yes, that is a quote from Halle Berry herself. She said thingy.
She talks like I do.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. I liked her character in the third movie. I damn, I thought more of you guys had seen it, to be honest. I was gonna, so I can't really talk about it. But yeah, definitely watch John Wick 3 when you get the chance, because it's great. Um, I thought she was a great character in it. For uh, she definitely. And another cool thing about that is that she did like her own stunts and stuff too, man. Like Halle Berry went all out for that movie, so definitely applaud her on that. And she killed it. I think she killed it in the movie. So I'm excited to see more of her character, whether that be in future John Wick stuff, which she said she won't be in the next one, but maybe she'll be in the future ones, or if she does end up getting her own spinoff. So I'd be about it. I would be about it. Next up, um, this is more of a I don't know. Channing Tatum was so traumatized by not playing Gambit that he couldn't watch Marvel movies because it was just too sad. Josh, can you believe that? It was just too sad. He couldn't watch it because he didn't play Gambit. He was doing an interview with uh for his new movie coming out, and I guess somebody asked him about Gambit, and it just he was so upset that they couldn't play Gambit, that he hasn't watched any Marvel stuff because he's just he's just too sad, man. He's traumatized. But apparently their version of Gambit resembled the tone of Deadpool, and it would have been rated R.
Hmm.
Um, they said that they wanted to make it a romantic comedy superhero movie. Uh, the thesis was that the only thing harder than saving the world is making a relationship work. They said they had the film cast, they opened up the production office, and they were on their way to shoot in New Orleans. But after Disney merged with Fox, Gambit became a casualty of the corporate takeover in 2019. Disney had just gotten X-Men from Fox, and they needed to redesign the X-Men from the ground up.
Yeah.
So Channing Tatum, on the other hand, says once Gambit went away, I was so traumatized. Adding that he swore off watching the Avengers. He said, "I shut off my Marvel machine. I haven't been able to see any of the movies. I love that character. It was just too sad. It was like losing a friend because I was so ready to play him. I wish they would reconsider because it's a great project." Says who is this? Uh, Carolyn, Carolyn, Reed Carolyn, which is his project partner, Reed Carolyn. So yeah, to be honest, like I had heard
Mm.
about this Gambit movie, for years, and I was
Yeah.
never really on board. I just didn't think that it's something that we needed, and I just thought it was always weird that they would focus um on a Gambit movie, like of all people, and then like you'd have Channing Tatum play it. Like it was just kind of, yeah, it was just, I don't know. It was always weird to me. Like I was never really on board with the idea of that movie. So I'm fine that it was never made. But maybe
I like the character of Gambit. Um, but
yeah.
I
But
don't
like
know
as
if
his own
I wouldn't
cohesive
give him
movie,
no. I would not give
yeah,
him his own movie, not to start with, at the very least. Like you put him in a team up movie and stuff like that. But I don't know, that whole time period was weird, and to me, Channing Tatum just doesn't have the look of Gambit. Like I'm sorry, like he just don't. To me, the animated Gambit is the Gambit I know, and he doesn't. He don't look like no damn Channing Tatum. Like no offense to Channing Tatum, he's a good looking dude, but he just don't look like Gambit to me. He looks Gambit to me is like thinner than Channing Tatum, and I say that like not like Channing Tatum's fat, just that he's kind of built. Like
he's a big dude. Yeah,
yeah, he's a built guy. So uh, I would love to see the character of Gambit one day, but I never thought Channing Tatum was the guy for it, and I definitely don't think like a solo movie to open with him is the right move. That's like
yeah,
that's that old era of stupid movies that they would do with the X-Men, right? Like they would
hmm
just throw shit at the wall and see what stuck at times. Uh, and I feel like
yeah.
the Gambit movie was definitely one of those.
Agreed. Because yeah, like I said, I remember hearing about this movie years ago, like years ago, dude. This is something that they'd been wanting to do for a very long time. But anyway, moving on to more Marvel. Uh, Dakota Johnson is set to star as Madam Web for Sony. The film is part of the studio's Spider-Man spin-off universe. Uh, S.J. Clarkson is set to direct the feature. Uh, Introduced in 1980s, The Amazing Spider-Man number 210, Madam Web is a clairvoyant mutant who specializes in predicting the future of spider-themed superheroes, having not only mentored Peter Parker's alter ego, but also multiple generations of heroes calling themselves Spider-Woman. Traditionally depicted as a blind, paralyzed old woman, she's surrounded by a web-like machine necessary to keep her alive, meaning that she stays away from direct conflict and rather it sends others on missions. Um, yeah. So when I saw that this was like announced or whatever, like it was like being talked about on the internet, I was like, yo, they're getting Dakota Johnson, who is this like gorgeous young lady to to play Madam Web, who is supposed to be this like old like Like, like when I think of Madam Web, I think of like the animated series of
That's what
Madam
I
Web. Like
think of
that's the
too,
first
because
one.
that's my first introduction to that character. Right, was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
version.
exactly. Like that's what I think of. So I'm like Dakota. You get Dakota Johnson to play this character? What? Which, although I was talking to Majin on Discord though, which for those of you who don't know, Majin is a friend of ours, and he knows a lot more about like the comic book lore and stuff because he worked at a comic book store several times, so he knows. It was literally his job to know this stuff. And he said that there was like a new version of the character, which was like a younger one, which I guess is kind of what they're going to be going with here with this version. Um, which is I guess Julia Carpenter is the name of the character. Who was like originally like a Spider Woman or something, and then eventually kind of is like a madam. I don't really know the whole thing, but that's kind of what he was saying. So I guess it makes sense if you go about it that route because like Dakota or the Madam Web that I have in my mind, I don't think Dakota Johnson's gonna, that's not the way you go with that, with her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, I
The,
don't really know what to expect. The Sony
here's
verse
the,
is its own.
that's the thing. It's
Go
Sony,
for it.
and like that's
Yeah,
worrying because like no offense, when they do solo shit, it's kind of trash. But when they team up with like
yeah,
Marvel and like those guys over there, Disney, like everything is like good, right? So it's like they're trying really hard to make their own Spider Verse. Um,
yeah.
but I don't know. It just seems like I would collaborate more, more, I guess. Like, because I'm afraid
Yeah,
this is gonna be garbage. Like, no offense to any of the people that are gonna end up working on this or anything, but like, I have no faith in Sony doing solo shit really, without help.
they have a few things that they've done that I liked, but like yeah, I don't know. They're kind of like hit or miss. I think I
Hmm.
want their stuff to be good, but it's
Yeah, I don't
just
want it to be
I don't know.
bad. Their track
It's just
record's just
tough.
not
It's
the
just tough,
best.
man. Like I thought the first Venom movie was kind of whatever. I was kind of like indifferent on it. Like it was fine, but nothing too. It wasn't like trash, but it wasn't like anything great either. I still haven't seen the second one. I gotta check that out at some point, especially with spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The connections that the sequel has to other things.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah. And then Morbius, I know a lot of people aren't really super excited about. I'll check it out. I'm intrigued by it. I'm interested enough to want to see what they got going on with that. And then we know we have that Craven the Hunter movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson coming, and then now we got this, and it's there's a lot, but we'll see what ends up being good. Like again, I love in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that's a Sony thing, so
Hmm.
Sony can do good stuff. It just and then also I love the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, but it just some things they do good on, some things they don't.
Well,
And
the Sam Raimi
that's
Spider Mans
fine.
are a long time ago.
That's true.
Uh, so things have changed, unfortunately.
But like I
Uh,
said, I do love Spider-Verse, and that is
yeah,
recent. So
Spider Verse is great. Yeah, Spider Verse is good.
but also that's animated, and this is live action, so there's
No, right?
that
It's
as
like so
well.
many variations of things. It's like, look,
So
I
it's
don't
like
want it to be bad. I don't want
it's like
anything I ever have to
these are the
sit there and watch to
pros
be bad.
and these
You
are the
know?
cons, But
Yeah.
hey, I'm hoping for good things. I don't want shit to be bad, So
Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna end up seeing it probably anyway. Like, and if
yeah,
I'm gonna see
yeah,
it, I don't want it to fucking suck. I want it to be fucking good. You know, like,
yeah. Like we want to be pleasantly surprised instead of I knew that was gonna be trash.
yeah. So if you can pull it off, Sony, by God, do it. I want you to. I don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want to waste my time. I want you to give me something great for my time. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Um, Next thing we have here is that the Scream sequel is a go. So we just had a Scream movie release um last month, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and it's done pretty well. So well, enough for a January movie that they are already greenlighting a sequel. So Scream 6 is the go over from Spyglass and Paramount, because Scream 5 that released last month did pretty well. So they're doing the same creative team from the movie of this year, and once again, uh, Matt Bettinelli open and Tyler Gillett will direct. James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick are returning to pen the script. So again, same creative team from Scream 5, and yeah,
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Scream
they're
5.
they're running it again, and I haven't seen it
Hmm.
either. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's got
I'm
good
looking forward to
reviews, and
check
I
it
was
out.
like, wow, really? I wasn't expecting this to actually be good, apparently. So I want to check it out when I get a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I was wanting to rewatch the Scream movies. Like I watched the first one and the second one. I gotta watch 3 and 4 before I check out 5. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching it at some point. So that's cool. And then the last piece of movie news that we have here is the
Oh, yes.
Batman has a new IMAX poster, which looks pretty sick. I've liked all the marketing stuff that they've released for this movie. I think it all looks fucking awesome.
It does look dope.
On this poster, we have the Batman himself on the left, with Alfred's, or Andy Serkis's Alfred, Paul Dano's Riddler. We have Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman, the Batmobile, and then we got the Colin Farrell's Penguin, and
Penguin.
then Jeffrey Wright's Commissioner Gordon. Then you got Batman grabbing some dude, and then Batman above that, and there's a bat drawing with a question mark in it. That's some Riddler shit.
This is
Yeah, it
fucking.
looks.
This poster is grungy as fuck, and I love it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, fucking Matt Reeves said that this version of Batman was kind of inspired by Kurt Cobain, which makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
seeing the trailer music that they've chosen. With the Nirvana back to back with that in the first 2 trailers. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with this movie. This movie is gonna be almost 3 hours long. I think it's the longest Batman movie we've had thus far. And I'm excited, man. This movie comes out in less than a month, dude. And
Yeah, me too.
I am much excited for it. Much
I can't wait to
excited.
see it.
But, yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, that looks good. Cool poster for IMAX. But yeah, that'll do it for our news of the week.
That's the
That is
news.
all we got for the news, unless anything magically dropped within the past hour or so that we've been live.
I haven't even looked.
Which I doubt, but you never know. Maybe.
Sometimes you'll get something
But yeah,
breaking, but I don't think so.
yeah, that's all we got. I don't think there's anything that's happened.
Well, that's your news, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel, do you need a break? Do we need a break?
Yeah, I feel we should take a quick break.
Okay,
And then
we're gonna take a little break,
we'll
guys. We'll be right back. A few minutes.
And we'll head on to the main topic.
We
Which,
will.
Josh, you want to let them know our main topic?
It's gonna be our favorite movie romances. It is February, and that means that next week is the week that a bunch of us are gonna get drunk and watch romantic movies. But no, it's gonna be Valentine's Day. So, so we thought it'll be fun to do some of our favorite movie romances. We've done things like this in the past, and we were like, yeah, this is like the only month we could not could put this really in. So we wanted to put it in here. So
yeah, like originally we would have had this probably next week because it would have happened on Valentine's Day, but Book of Boba ends on Wednesday, and we're gonna be talking about that next. So.
We're gonna talk about our love of Boba Fett instead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our love of Star Wars and Boba Fett, because oh boy, am I in love with Star Wars right now with some of the things.
All
we're
right,
doing. But anyway,
we're gonna take a break.
We'll be back shortly.
Just a minute. I'll put some music out for you guys. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and ready to go into the second half of our show here, which is our favorite movie romances. So, as we all know, it's February, and the holiday in February is Valentine's Day, which is all about spending money to buy the love of your significant other. I'm just kidding around. I'm joking. But it is the month where, the couples go and do shit together on a certain day, you know? So,
Yeah.
get chocolates, go to the movies, that kind of stuff. So, we figured for this month that we would do our favorite movie romances in movies. I don't know a lot more to expand on than
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. It might be this might be over really quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like Josh might have more than I do.
How many do you
Um,
have out of curiosity? Because I did 10. I just stopped at 10.
so I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 10 with an honorable mention 11.
So you actually have more than I do
So
because I didn't do honorable mentions.
wow.
um,
Okay, well I
and
just did one. I mean, honestly this one could go into like the mix as well, but yeah. Anyway, it might go over quickly because I
I
feel like Josh might have more to say
I
more to say
also
than I do.
I also want to say that not all of these are from romantic necessarily movies. Like some of them are here's a action adventure movie that has a love story in it and has romance in it, but it
Yeah,
isn't
no,
necessarily a romantic
that
movie. And
works. Yeah, that works.
yeah,
Because I have some that are not necessarily romantic movies either. So
yeah, okay.
yeah.
Um,
So I guess what we'll do is I guess uh you'll say one, then I say one, or how do you want to do it?
yeah, we can do it like that. We can bounce back and forth. And mine are not in any
Mine
particular
aren't
order.
either. I didn't
Um,
number these. I just kind of threw them in the list, and I
Yeah,
was
they're
like, all
just
right.
I was trying to think of things, and I was like, what are some of my favorites? And I have, God, do I have the worst fucking memory of anybody in the history of the world at remembering, like, like when I have to do something and the pressure's on, my brain just fucking is like, hey, you remember that thing you need to remember? Fuck you! Like it's just gone, bro. Like I can't remember shit when the pressure's on. So Daniel knows this. You guys know this. You've seen it happen on the goddamn stream multiple times of me just forgetting things.
Yeah.
Um, so I really struggled at times where I was like, man,
No,
what are
I did
what are
too.
some good ones?
I did too.
Uh,
Because it was tough, man.
uh-huh. So I can start off, I guess, if we want, and we can bounce back and forth. At number 10 is a movie that we've seen it as a group, and I've seen it multiple times, and it's a Bollywood movie. So I'm not gonna be able to pronounce the fucking name of it. Um,
Oh,
it is what we call the Bunny movie.
oh, the
Uh,
bunny
and
movie.
the Bunny
Yeah.
movie. And the romance is Bunny and Nina from from the Bunny movie that I'm gonna post the title in the chat for because I can't say it and I just don't want to insult an entire other culture that I cannot pronounce the title for. But I love the movie. Um, if
Ye
you've never,
Jawani Hai Diwani, right?
yeah, that one. So I just didn't even want to make an attempt because I was just gonna butcher it. But I was sitting here and I was like, man, I really like this movie. It's a good time. We watched it as a group, and it's like a romantic comedy. And if you've never even given these types of movies, like Bollywood movies, a try, you should definitely check it out. And I'd recommend this one to start if you want to, if you don't mind subtitles and things like that. Because I really enjoy the it's a will they won't they. It takes place over multiple years, um, and it's just a good movie. I enjoyed the shit out of the bunny movie as we call it.
Yeah.
So that's my first one. What is your first one, Daniel? What's your first movie?
All I got to say to your choice is Deepika is a very pretty lady.
Yes.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. That one definitely. Honestly, I wasn't expecting you to have this one in there. I don't know why. I
I
just was
know.
thinking. I was like,
Well,
oh,
that's the thing. That's another thing I was thinking about. I was like, I bet our lists are going to be completely different, except for maybe one or two.
probably, yeah,
Um. So what do
yeah,
you
yeah.
got?
No.
I'm very
So for
curious. I'm dying
mine,
here.
this one is I guess so. There's multiple versions of this movie, which is anyway. So there's multiple versions of this movie, and I guess maybe you guys may not have guessed it, but this is actually an animated movie.
Mm.
Uh, that that also. I mean, the live action version works too, but I'm talking about the 1991 classic Beauty and the Beast. Uh, Belle's played by Paige O'Hara, and the Beast by Robbie Benson. I feel like this one. I feel like this is a good pick
It is.
for
It's a
this. And like I
classic.
said, yeah, it's a classic, and we all know the story about it and everything. And like I said, I'm specifically choosing the animated 1991 version, but I feel like the 2017 one works as well if you want to throw that in there too. You know, Emma Watson's Belle and what's his name?
Hmm.
Fuck, I'm forgetting his name, but the dude who plays Beast. Either version works, but I'm talking about the 1991 one. Um, and yeah, I just like I said, we all know we all know the 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 story of Beauty and the Beast, and you know I don't really have to explain too much about it. Dan Stevens is his name. Damn, I couldn't remember his name. Anyway, but yeah, good stuff.
Classic.
It's more. It's
Classic
you
movie.
know it's not about like you know a love story of you know not necessarily the you know oh my god this
It's
person
a it's a
you
tale
know
as old
it's
as time, Daniel. You know,
it
like
is
yeah.
it is it sure is yeah it's like you know it's not like the lady it's not like the woman's like oh my god this dude looks so beautiful she's literally in love with a fucking what like Gaston and some you know these other people consider a monster and a creature and a beast you know so
Hmm.
it's I don't know it's just like you said it's a tale as old as time man I don't know I like I like Beauty and the Beast, man. I like
I
both
do too.
versions. That's why I was
It's
like you can interchange them both. You know the it's hard to beat the classic, the animated one, but I like that the live action one.
I like
So
them both. I
I
agree
you
with
know
you.
I
And
so I count
it's such a wholesome movie. I'm not funny considering the movie we're talking about, but not judging a book by
yeah
its cover, right? With which is
yeah
since Belle's obsessed with books and like it teaches such a good lesson.
the
Uh,
layers. Yeah
yeah, very much am a fan of that pick. That's a damn good pick.
yeah
It
I
almost
was
went on
like
my list.
because I was thinking about like man because I was actually kind of for a little bit struggling with trying to come up with this list because you know another thing I'll mention is as I was coming up with this list I'm like man there are a lot of like classic like romantic movies which again not all of not everything on our list is gonna be you know like
Hmm.
traditional like you know romantic movies or whatnot but there is a lot of like romantic movies that people love that I haven't seen you know so it was like damn i I really gotta think here about it but anyway so Josh said his first pick I had my first pick what is your next one there good sir
My my next pick is a classic movie from I believe the 90s. Yeah, from the late 90s,
oh
1998
okay
to be specific.
oh
Um
1998
and it is The Wedding Singer. I put down Robbie Hart and Julia
oh
Sullivan from The Wedding Singer. I thought well, growing up like I think it's such a sweet little like love story romance for the like friends and like trying to help each other and like it just kind of grows over time and I love The Wedding Singer. I haven't seen it in a very long time but it's such a good movie and it's fucking funny and it's Adam Sandler and Julie Drew sorry I call her by her character name Drew Barrymore's fucking like it's like one of their first like forays together I want to say as a romance because they do a few movies together where
mm,
they're couples and so I was young when I first saw this movie and I just think it's such a classic movie of telling a love story. Um, when
mm.
he's on the plane and singing the song, man, get a little misty eyed. You know, like if you haven't ever seen The Wedding Singer, like it looks goofy. I mean, Adam Sandler looks goofy in this movie because he has the fucking hair from the '80s and like shit. So like but man, it's so good. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's also a movie about dealing with heartbreaks, and some of us have definitely dealt with those,
Yeah.
and moving on and finding love again and that kind of stuff. So If you've never seen The Wedding Singer, go check it out. I know it's like an. I feel like it's an. I felt like it was an odd pick when I picked it, but I was like, man, they're such a cute couple though. I can't
Yeah, I
help
mean,
it.
hey, it works out, man. It works out. So
Mhm.
I like I said, I actually haven't seen this movie. So it's one that I'll
Oh,
have to check
bro,
out 'cause I
I would
haven't
love to
seen it
watch it
yet.
again. If you want to group watch The Wedding Singer, I'd watch it.
Sure, yeah. Like I said, I have. There's a lot of these movies that I just have not seen, man. So I'll definitely am up to checking it out.
Ted totally should. All right, who do you got next, my man? Who's your
The
next
next one,
romantic movie
the next
couple?
one on my list, I have the 1987 classic, The Princess Bride. I have Buttercup played by Robin Wright and Wesley played by Carrie Elwes.
It's a good pick.
Uh, yeah, I mean, come on, this is like a classical, traditional, fairy tale type thing, but I don't care, man, because
Hey, can't go wrong
come
with
on, man,
classics.
Wesley is the boy, man. He does what he needs to do. All right, he does what he needs to do for the girl, and 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 this movie's a classic, dude. Like, come on, it's
It absolutely is.
and then they had the two actors play the hell out of the characters, and it's like, yeah, I remember like I guess at the time not realizing that that Robin Wright had played Buttercup, and then you look back and like, oh shit, that's Robin Wright. You know that's because I didn't watch the movie till much later because
Mhm.
I didn't. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's a definitely one that I felt that it's like, okay, this is a movie that I've seen. I know these two characters, and obviously they work well and all that. So I definitely had to did that definitely had to be a pick in my list. Because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen, and I feel like if I was gonna be forming this, then yeah, they had to be in there, you know.
Mhm. No, it's a good pick.
So yeah, I yeah, I like those two. They're good. They're good stuff.
It's a good one.
And also definitely recommend the Princess Bride to anybody who hasn't seen it. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has already seen it at this point, but if somehow you haven't seen it, check it out. 1987, good stuff.
I feel like young Josh did not appreciate that movie when he saw it, but older Josh, he
Mhm.
loves that movie.
It's
Um,
good stuff. Yeah, it should be on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. So for those out there who haven't seen it, so check it out.
all right.
What is your next one?
Next one, I have an animated movie, and I was sitting here thinking,
Oh, interesting.
um, well, it's actually an animated trilogy. When I was making my list, I was like, I
Mm,
want to include at least one animated thing on here,
yeah.
because and I went through all the list, and it's not a Disney, it's a DreamWorks animated
Oh.
uh movie, and it is Hiccup and Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. The whole three movies of How to Train Your Dragon
Okay.
are I love these movies. Um, Obviously, I watched them as I was older because they came out when I was older. But man, if I was a kid and watched these movies, I would have fucking devoured them. They are fantastic, and I love the relationship between Hiccup and Astrid, and as it grows as they get older throughout the entire three movies. From him kind of being like they're kind of unknown to each other, and then they're familiar with each other, and then eventually the romance blossoms. And I just love those movies. If you've never seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies, check them out. They're good, and they have such heartbreaking moments too. Like 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 fucking dark for an animated movie at times that are like
Mm,
your kids might see. Uh, uh, Fantastic set of movies, and I just I like the pairing of Hiccup and Astrid for those movies. Have you ever seen those movies,
cool.
Danny? If you haven't, you totally should.
I have
Uh,
not. So it's another
you
list
can
of movies I haven't seen.
hey. So yeah, that's my animated pick. I was like, I could go with Disney,
Cool.
and
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
so
yeah.
many good ones. There's
Yeah, I
so
mean
many
for
good ones,
Disney, yeah,
but oof.
there's so many that you could go with.
But I had to think
Uh,
back to what's a good movie with a romance as well, and I
yeah.
was like, you know what I really love? I love How to Train Your Dragon, and I love that pairing. So they're
Yeah.
fucking Vikings too. So um, what do you
Dragon.
have next,
Like it.
my friend?
My next pick, I have Mia and Sebastian, played by Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling from the 2016 film La La Land. I
A
I
movie I
like this
haven't
movie.
seen.
I enjoy it. So for those of you that know me, I'm not the biggest musical guy, but I do like me some La La Land. La La Land, directed by Damien Chazelle, who also directed movies such as Whiplash and First Man. And we'll be doing the upcoming Babylon movie, which I'm pretty excited about because I mean, all those movies I just list off, including La La Land, are good. I like them all. But anyway, yeah, this is La La Land is a musical, but I like it. It's good. I like the chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, both of their characters, and then the ending is kind of like not, it doesn't. This is one of those ones that like it doesn't necessarily have like the happiest of endings. It's one of those like
Hmm.
love stories that doesn't really necessarily end kind of maybe the way you want it to or anything like that, but it works so well within the context of the film. And again, it's a I love the music in it. Like the City of Stars song that is played is incredible. I remember just singing that like to myself like all the time when it first came out and everything. And it's such a jam, dude. Like, and then yeah, I don't know, they just those two just work so well in that movie. And which is saying something because again, I'm not the biggest musical guy, but I actually enjoy this movie, man. And then also like it has the title La La Land, which it's in LA. So I'm an LA guy, so this movie works for me on every level. And yeah, I like it. I definitely enjoyed it. I would tell all of you out there who haven't seen it, give it a shot. Even if you're not a musical person, because again, I liked it. Maybe you'll like it like me, and maybe you won't. But that's fine. But yeah, this movie works for me. And yeah, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone really work very well in this movie, despite the ending of the film and all that. So, um, but yeah, that's just how reality is sometimes. I don't want to spoil the ending, but if you've seen it, that's just how it be sometimes, man. But anyway, yeah, that was my choice.
Cool. I haven't seen it. I'll have to check that one out. It's on my
Oh,
list of things I need to see. Um, Next up, I have one. I think this is another movie you haven't seen, Daniel, because I think we've talked about it before in voice chat.
okay.
Um, I went with the 1992 classic
Mm.
movie, one of my absolute favorite movies. Has a fantastic soundtrack as well. The Last of the Mohicans. I have
Oh
Hawkeye
yes.
and Cora Monroe. Um, this movie is, it says it's an epic historical drama, like that's its genre, but it is
Yeah.
definitely a romance movie at the same time because like from the moment they meet, these two characters are drawn to each other, um, and it is it's like one of those things where it's like you know they gonna be a couple, all right? You know they gonna hook
Yeah.
up. Um,
Yeah.
it's set in 1757 during the French and Indian War, and like it, it, of all the movies on my list, I want to say that this one is probably like the most passionate one. I could
Mm.
say you could say because it's definitely like a raw, powerful. The whole movie's a raw, powerful, emotional movie, but the romance in particular is very, very strong. Um, and there are and plus it has Daniel Day Lewis in it, and there are a world of women that when they see a certain waterfall scene, I guarantee you they're swooning. All right, like with the speech that he gives,
Do
it's
they have? Are you saying they also have a waterfall when they see the waterfall scene?
yeah, oh my goodness, maybe, probably, very accurate.
I
Uh,
had to do it, man. I'm sorry. It was right there. I'm
uh,
sorry, people. Come on.
It's
Anyway,
probably one of the most romantic moments in a movie I've ever seen. Actually, is that waterfall scene. So if you ever get a chance to see The Last of the Mohicans, it's so goddamn good. It's good. It's just a good movie, and the
yeah,
soundtrack. Oh my god, soundtrack's fantastic.
it's one that's on my list, but I haven't seen it yet. So
Not bad for a movie I picked up at Walmart for $5 and thought, "What is this? I'll give it a try." And fell in love with it. Absolutely.
nice.
If I
Yeah,
ever
I
made
mean
a
that's
list like
possible case right there.
of every favorite movie ever, Last of the Mohicans would be on it, without a doubt.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say if I ever made a list of $5 movies I picked up at Walmart.
Oh God, that'd be a weird list. I'd have to think about that. That's
It'd be an interesting list though, man. Tell you that, man.
bro. One day I'm just gonna be like, listen, Daniel, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna pick up a $5 movie and we're gonna watch it and then we're gonna review it on podcast. Just
I
some
mean,
random ass
shit.
$5 movie. It's something crazy. What do you got next, my man?
Next up, I have the 2007 film Stardust. I have
Oh fuck,
Yvain
that's a good
played
pick,
by Claire Danes and Tristan played by Charlie Cox.
bro. Damn, that's a good pick. Fuck,
It's
that's
another
a real good
another
pick.
great another similar to like The Princess Bride, another like kind of like classical fantasy type thing, but I love it, man. This is
It's a good movie.
I remember watching this movie and being like so like when I watched it for the first time, I was like so like I didn't know what to expect from it, but I really enjoyed it, man. Like it was like better than I thought it was gonna be, you know. So yeah, I love Stardust, and then like yeah, you get a Claire Danes and Charlie Cox, dude. Like that's it's good stuff, man. I really like the story with those two in that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so definitely if you guys haven't seen that one, definitely go check it out. It's a very sweet love story between those two. I feel.
Anyone I've ever
And
seen watch that movie is like, this movie's great. Like I didn't think it was
it
gonna be
is,
as good as it was. Like it
yeah,
is so good.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect from it when I first watched it, but then when I did, I was like, man, this movie is like better than I thought it was gonna be. And then like you get all these like cameos in it too. Like you get to see like a younger Henry Cavill for like a little bit, and it's like wow.
Oh my
And then
god.
obviously Charlie Cox, and yeah, it's like it's and then fucking Robert De Niro's in it in like a different role than he normally plays, and it's like it's a hell of a movie. If you've never seen Stardust from 2007, do yourself a favor because it is such a nice street. That movie, it is. It's a beautiful ride, that one. So go do yourself a favor and check that one out because it's a fun time. Yeah, Michelle
It's so
Pfeiffer's in it
good.
as well. Yeah,
Hmm.
great movie. I love it. And then yeah, Yvain and Tristan are awesome. They're really sweet
God
and
damn,
love
that's
it
a good
together.
pick. That's a real good pick. Shit, son. All right.
What you got?
My next one, the list wouldn't be complete without a Ryan Reynolds movie, and
Mm,
a romantic comedy from 2008. But I have William Hayes and April Hoffman from the movie Definitely Maybe. This is the first time I saw this movie, and I was like, man, I can't. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And then it got to the end, and I was like, fuck, I think I like romantic comedies. Shit, if they're all like that, I love them because it was like the first one I'd ever really seen. Because
so
I used to not watch chick flicks because I was a fucking ass, right? And like, but now
yeah.
I watch all that shit. I don't care. I love it.
So I before you continue, what you're gonna say, I've never actually seen this movie, but what I do know about it is that fucking Rachel Weisz and Isla Fisher are in it, and I'm all and
Hmm.
but anyway, carry on.
Exactly. Um, it's a movie about a man that is getting divorced and his
Mm,
I think his daughter. It's been a while since I've seen it, so if I'm quoting this wrong, forgive me. His daughter is like wants to know the story of how he met his mother and he or her mother rather, and he
yeah,
tells her the story, but he changes the names of the people and like it's almost like a How I Met Your Mother type of story where he's like
interesting. Okay.
telling her about some different women he's dated, and he's like, I changed the name so you won't know who's your actual mom. And then at the very end, you
Yeah.
have to choose the one that was your mom, and you
Oh,
get the flashbacks through it. And then at the very end, like obviously it's dealing with some harsh subject matter. He's getting a divorce, and his kid is, it's not an easy thing to go through. And
yeah.
she's kind of crying as he finishes the story, and he's like, I didn't tell you the happy ending. It's you. And then the movie like it doesn't end right there, but it's like that's when the waterworks happen, man. Okay, like that's when you cry. Okay, when he's like, it's you. You're the happy ending of the whole story. So,
Wow.
um, if you've never seen it, God,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I think
It's one of my favorite romantic comedies.
I'm finding
Um,
myself not having seen a lot of these movies that you're talking about, man. I gotta check some of
Shit,
them out, man.
I may watch it. I may watch it next week. Like I may throw it on and hop in Discord and be like, "Who wants to watch a romantic comedy with me?" We did it last year. We watched fucking You've Got Mail at one point. So, um,
Yeah.
uh, I definitely also one of my favorite movies, and also a movie that made me realize, man, I like chick flicks.
There you
What do
go.
you got next?
Next up, I have A Star Is Born from 2018, the most recent one. Um, you there's so many different versions of this movie.
Hmm.
Um, but the one that I think of is the most recent one, with Ali played by Lady Gaga and Jack played by Bradley Cooper. Those two had strong chemistry, so much so that people thought in real life that they were actually having a little thing going on, you know.
Hmm.
And then they fucking Bradley Cooper for not being a because Lady Gaga, we know she could sing because she's a fucking singer, but Bradley Cooper did his thing too, man. Fucking when they did their duets and shit, he did his thing, man. So he showed up for that, and yeah, and again, this is another one of those where it's like it's not a traditionally like happy ending or whatever for these two, but it's this one's more about the journey than the destination, right?
Hmm.
We see the beginning, and then we go along with the ride along with them, man, and that's what's powerful and strong about this one, man, is the ride that we get to go along with these two. And yeah, man, they really work together, and some of the songs from this movie that they sing together and stuff are like pretty damn great. And yeah, like I said, there's so many different versions of this movie, but for me, this is the one that I would put in here, um, because they
It's a
both
good
Bradley
pick.
Cooper and Lady Gaga kill it, and they
Yeah, they
they do their
absolutely
thing,
do.
man.
That
Yeah,
that fucking song was like number one for like weeks.
yeah, dude.
So
Fucking shallow, man. Everybody
yeah,
loved that shit.
yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, I have a movie we did for a retro rewatch.
Oh,
Previously, I
interesting.
have Rick and Elsa here from
Uh,
Casablanca. The older movies live and die on their dialogue, and Casablanca is 1942, which means you better have
yep.
some fucking killer ass dialogue. And the romance in Casablanca is complicated, set against the
Mm.
backdrop of World War II, right? And like
Oh yeah.
uh, a woman torn between two men, and just uh, and like here's the thing: there's no bad guy in this movie other than the Nazis, obviously. And like those guys, but out of the main cast, how in most romantic movies, there's always like that hated rival that's trying to steal
Yeah,
your
yeah,
girl
yeah.
away. Casablanca, it's not like that. Like the
No.
characters of Rick, Elsa, and oh my god, why am I blanking on
Victor.
fucking yeah, Victor
Victor
Laszlo
Laszlo. Yeah.
is like they all like each other. Rick likes Victor Laszlo. Rick respects Victor Laszlo, and those throughout this movie, it's like Elsa is torn between her love for Rick and her love for her husband, and what she has to do for Victor Laszlo and what he needs to do for not just Elsa but for the entire world because he's a very important man. Um, Casablanca is a classic movie. If you've never seen it, go watch it. Like there is a lesson to be gleaned from those old movies, the classic movies. Even when they have at moments and times problematic moments, there is something to be learned from watching them, and they are some of them are just some of the greatest movies you'll ever see. And Casablanca is definitely on that list, and that romance and how it ends is also just one of my all time favorites. What do you have next, Daniel?
So, this was in my like. So I kind of split my list into a couple different things, and I had like more recent movies that I've watched, and I have three in that list. So I have like seven regular ones, which what I was currently doing, and then like I have three more recent ones that I've watched. And Casablanca is in that. I do have Ilsa and Rick as well on my list from
Hey.
Casablanca 22. Because yeah, their relationship in this movie is not necessarily like a traditional one. They Rick has to give her up.
Mm-hmm.
He has to decide if he wants to stay with her or let her go on with Victor, which is a tough choice to make. But and even as I was coming up with this list, I was like, man, is this something that like this, would I add this onto my list? And ultimately I feel like what what greater love is there than if you're willing to do anything for their happiness and giving up your own, um and letting them, you know basically
Mm-hmm.
like letting someone go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Rick has to do in this movie.
Fucking too real, bro. I'm gonna start crying on stream.
And
Jeez.
I'm
Ugh.
sorry, but hey, man, it's true, dude. It doesn't always work out, man. I mean,
For those that
I
are curious,
play.
I've had a romance end just like that. So
Yeah, I know. I know.
it
Yeah,
hits. It hits. And no, I
that's
don't blame you. You're 100% correct. Like it's
that's
just
how it
like,
is,
man.
bro. Like, I mean, shit. Even I can speak on my experience that, like, man, I know that for me, like my last relationship as well. It's not something that I didn't want it to end either, but it just had to, man. Like, it's just
Sometimes to
sometimes.
love someone is not to crush them, it's to let them go. Like it is
Yeah,
truly
can't
not to hold on just as hard as you
you
can.
can't you can't force somebody to love you if they don't love you no more, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So anyway, but that's going off on a little bit of a tangent. Going back to the movie though, yeah, it's just Rick had some choices to make and some decisions to do, and I think ultimately he showed his love and that he really loved her and in that way, and yeah, he did it, and it was another, again, talking about chemistry in the past with some of the other actors, fucking Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, man. They
Mm-hmm.
were really great. Which, by the way, Ingrid Bergman, man, oh my god, that lady was in her day. Oof,
She was gorgeous.
she was very attractive,
Drop dead
very attractive.
gorgeous.
Yes,
All
but
right.
yeah, so yeah, I'm with Josh. I do have Casablanca in my list here. So there you go, man. We got one in common at least so far.
Hey, yeah. I was actually curious if Casablanca was gonna be on your list. When I put it on mine, I was like,
Yeah,
I wonder if Daniel's gonna put this on his.
it originally wasn't, but then I was thinking like, well, the more I thought about it, I was like, it makes total sense. Yeah, yeah. Like, even though it's not like a traditionally like happy ending, which in my list I have several of these couples don't have traditional endings.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is sometimes, man. Comes in all different ways and forms, and then it's just not always, dude. You don't always get to be happy, man. But that's
And
that's
it's not
life, man.
always
That's
forever, man.
reality,
That's
dude.
that's 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 true. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
You want me to
so
go next, or
what
do
you
you want
got?
to do another one? Since we
No,
have
you
one in
you can
common.
go. You can go
Okay.
next. I did Casablanca already. Go for it.
Next up, I have a superhero movie, and
Oh,
I
nice.
was going through, and I was like, which? I was trying to think. There's a lot of superhero movies, and so many superheroes have romances, and I was like, what is
Uh,
one that always stuck out to me
I wonder if
growing
you have the
up?
same one. 'Cause spoiler alert, I do have a superhero movie on here too.
Well, I'm curious now because it's not Deadpool, Loki. That's a nice guess though. Um, I have I have Christopher Reeve Superman and Margot Kidder's Lois Lane.
Yo, I have the same one, dude.
Yeah.
I shit you not. I have the
Bro,
same one, bro. Oh
dude,
my god,
I was
dude, their
like,
love story is fucking adorable, dude.
it
I
is.
swear.
especially growing up and
And
watching those movies. Uh,
1979 Superman with Lois Lane played by Margot Kidder and Clark Kent slash Kal-El slash Superman played by Christopher Reeve.
yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, 100%, dude. Their love story is
I
fucking
agree.
fantastic.
It is one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites in a movie. Um,
Yeah,
or in multiple movies, because I mean, like Lois Lane's in multiple movies, and Superman had multiple movies. So
yeah. They're different versions. Like you can go Man of Steel or whatever. But to me, the best version of this is the 1979 Superman. The
look, man,
the Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder one. That's the one, dude. 100%. It just like from like the interview that she does with him and like him taking her flying out, when it's sweet, man. It's awesome. And the way
look,
that
man.
Christopher Reeve plays the character and Margot Kidder plays the character, they work so well, man. And their romance is adorable, you know?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Uh,
So yeah, I 100% agree with you on that one. This
Look,
one
man,
I was
there's not many people on this list that will break time and logic. Okay, for the love, for love. Okay, and Christopher Reeve Superman is the one that did that. So,
Yeah. So
um,
they're definitely up there, man. That is a good one, man. And look at that, two in a row that we have in common, dude. That's
I
fucking
was
great.
also kind of curious. I was like, I wonder if Daniel put this on here too, just like because I was like,
Hell,
but there's
yeah,
so
dude.
many
Look
to
at that.
pick
Yeah, that's
from.
such a good
There's
one. I know.
so many to pick from. Um, and I love it so much. So,
Yeah, it's one of the better ones. Yeah, it's so good, man.
all right. You want to go or do you want me to go?
No,
We
go
got
for
two in a
it.
row.
Go for it again. Do
All
it,
right.
man.
This is probably like I don't think you have this one. So, uh,
Go for it.
I have Iris and Miles from the movie The Holiday.
Yeah, I, I,
I've
I definitely
talked
don't have that one.
I've talked about this movie a lot in Discord because it's Amber. Amber also loves this movie. Um, it's a movie about two women that are having like romantic issues in their lives, and they decide let's switch where we live at for like the holiday for like Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie and a holiday movie. Um, and obviously Iris is played by Kate Winslet, and Miles is played by Jack Black. And one of my favorite like portrayal that Jack Black's ever done. One of my absolute favorite roles of his that he's ever been in. Um, so they switch houses. I've seen it so many times. Yes, Val. It is one of my absolute favorite movies. Um, but they switch places. Like Iris lives in London, and
Oh, I haven't seen this, but I remember you talking about it because it has like
yes,
Jack Black and Kate Winslet, and yeah, you've talked about
mm-hmm,
this one before. Yeah,
and Jude
I've
Law.
never seen it, but yeah.
Yes, it's an absolute favorite movie of mine. I watch it every year at Christmas time. Um, and but yeah, like they switch places. So Iris winds up at Amanda, played by Cameron Diaz's house in Hollywood, while Amanda winds up in London at the like a little small cottage. And it's just the whole movie is it's just sweet and adorable, and Jack Black as Miles is so like I want a beer with that guy. Like I want to hang out with this dude. He's like the sweetest guy, like awesome dude to hang out with. It also has like a cool subplot with our favorite homie Eli Wallach as like a famous screenwriter in
Yeah.
Hollywood, and like man, if you've never seen The Holiday, you're missing out because it's one of my absolute favorites. Like I watch it every year without fail. I watch it every year. Easily one of my absolute favorite movies. And like it's such a different role for Jack Black. Like it really is. We're so used to him seeing like this wild manic but like party rocker guy, right? But in this movie, that's not who he is at all. And I just love it. I just love how different it is. And he just nails the role. And obviously I'm in love with Kate Winslet, so I mean I had to put her somewhere on this list.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, The Holiday. Go check it out, guys. It's especially good at Christmas time, but you can watch it anytime. What do you got next, my man?
Next up, I have the 1990 film Ghost. Molly played by Demi
Ah,
Moore and Sam played by Patrick Swayze. This is one of the like latter picks that I had in here because I was like, man, I gotta finish up this list, and I haven't seen like there's so many movies that I haven't seen that probably like may or may not be in here, but I think this is a pretty I think this movie is worthy of being in here.
oh yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah. So yeah, you got Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. Um, 1990 movie, and it's if you've seen the movie, then you know the way it goes. But if you haven't, basically the synopsis for Ghost is uh so a young man is murdered and his spirit stays behind to warn his lover of impending danger with the help of a reluctant psychic.
Mhm.
um and then you kind of and then this movie also like so apart from that, this movie just has some like iconic scenes in it, like you got the whole the first one that comes to mind is the whole like pottery scene, that one.
Yeah, the scene that's been
That one.
parodied so many times.
Yeah,
Yes,
so many times. That one with the Unchained Melody and everything. Like it's no, this movie's just classic, dude. Like for a movie that's like, we have movies in here that are older than that are classics, but this one it's
it
1990.
is.
I feel like also yeah, it is a classic.
Dude,
Right?
whenever I'd go over to my aunt's place, this movie was playing. Look, because they love Patrick Swayze, okay? Everybody,
Yeah,
all the women loved him in them days,
all,
and
all
whenever
the
they was over
women.
there, they'd have the movie, they'd have that movie on, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I just I was like, well, yeah, I feel like this one's a good a good one to throw in here to kind of like get my list a little more options in here because I mean yeah like I said it was kind of tough kind of filling this out for me, and this is one of one of the last ones that I like kind of had in here, but
It's a
yeah,
good pick.
what do you got next, man?
Next, I have one that's probably on your list, or it may not be. But the classic pairing of Han Solo and Princess Leia, like even though
Mm.
of Star Wars. Even though their happy ending got ruined with the sequel trilogy, which is what happens when you bring back characters.
Oh
Um,
man, don't I
which
just
I'm not going to talk about it. Fuck it.
yeah
We're not talking
I
about that. Uh,
yeah I
we're
mm-mm.
talking about the classics here, God damn it. And the
Yes.
classic is I can't help but love it. Like she gives him so much shit and grief, and like he's still trying to be this suave go getter with her, and just to me it's just a classic pairing. Okay, like and I loved it as a like I loved it. I always loved her with Han. Um,
You
it's,
stuck up, half witted, scruffy looking nerf herder.
yeah, yeah, I know. I I I I don't even have to say much on it. Like it's that romance speaks for itself. All right, over a trilogy of movies. Uh, well, they won't. They it's just I love how fighty they are with each other. So that's
Yeah.
all I have on that one. What do you got next?
So my next one that I have is so I remember how I said earlier that I kind of had some bonus ones that I threw in here. So I did like 7 main ones, and then I had like some bonus ones in here, which for me they're more recent movies that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So like Casablanca was one of those. But the other ones that I have, so this one is a classic. This is like legit a classic movie. I have uh a 1953 film uh called Roman Holiday, uh which has uh Anne or Anya, Princess Anne slash Anya, played by Audrey Hepburn, and Joe Bradley, played by Gregory Peck. This is a movie that I've seen more recently, but I
I
was
need
like,
to
you know
see that
what?
one.
as I was coming up with this list, I was like, well, why not throw in here to mix it up and kind of like change it up here a little bit? Why not throw in some stuff that I've seen more recently? And
Yeah.
that's one of the ones that I've seen more recently, and it was pretty good, man. There's some I enjoyed it, and Audrey Hepburn is absolutely adorable. In like I guess most of the things she's in, but like in this one in particular, she's adorable as hell. And then Gregory Peck is just yeah, he's good. He's good in this, and like there's some stuff in there as you watch the movie, you're like, oh, I don't hmm maybe this wouldn't maybe this probably wouldn't have gone this way nowadays, or something like
Hmm.
that. But it's not as it's also not as um maybe as weird as you would think for like a movie back then, because I guess there's some older movies that definitely do some shit where you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? That would definitely not happen. But I feel like the way that things go down in that, and the way that their thing plays, again, this is another one where it's not necessarily a well, I guess when you watch the movie, you can kind of see how the movie would end, to but I like it. I thought it was I thought their those two were pretty good in their performances, and that story that they had to tell. Joe is I want to talk about it, but I don't really want to say too much because Josh hasn't seen it, and maybe there's people, some of you out there who haven't seen it yet either. But yeah, it's Audrey Hepburn won an Oscar for this movie, I believe. So yeah, they do a good she did a fantastic job. Gregory Peck did a good job, and then yeah, it's just it's a fun movie. If you're into like uh you know classical um romantic movies, and also the setting is in Rome, like Italy. So as you're watching this movie, you're gonna not only enjoy the love story that's happening, but you're also gonna fall in love with Rome, and you're gonna want to go to Rome, because it is, even though the film is in black and white, there is they still like travel around and in Italy and stuff, and you're like, man, that looks really cool. I want to go there someday,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely like in the realm of like classical movies. I This was a good one. It's a
Absolutely.
fun 1950s rom com. So check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely need to check that one out. It's on my list. For my last movie on here, I have one that I mentioned earlier. It is Joe and Kathleen from You've Got Mail, which is a
Mm.
movie that I watch multiple times a year. It is just one of my absolute crazy favorite movies. Um, with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, and they've done multiple romantic comedies together, but out of the ones that they've done, this one is absolutely my favorite. Where they kind of start off as enemies and become friends, and then eventually at the very end, it's like it was me, and they're in love and kiss. Like I spoiled the whole movie for you, but I don't give a fuck because if you haven't seen You've Got Mail by this point, go watch it anyway because it's still a fun journey to watch. Like it's great. Um, uh, but I just at times it's like, man, they're so mean to each other, and then it's like, man, but deep down they feel bad about the shit they do to each other, and like
Mm.
I watch it so many times. Like I can't tell you guys how often I watch this movie. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's one of my absolute. It is my absolute favorite. I think.
Of what?
Of just romantic movies.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Like you're like top. This is top tier for
top
you. Okay,
top tier for me. Yeah,
top
definitely.
of the tippity top.
I can watch it and never get bored of it, no matter how many times I watch it. Um,
Mm.
um, yeah, go see it. It's so funny to watch nowadays, especially because it's like this was in the era of like dial-up internet, and like the whole opening of
Mm.
the movie is like about it, and it's so dated, but fuck, I love it. I love it so much. And Meg Ryan is, oh my god, she's so cute in this movie. Uh, it's so easy to fall in love with the character of Kathleen in it. Um, But yeah, that's my list. Daniel, do you have any
So
more? What do you got?
before I go into my last one, I am gonna talk about my honorable mention real quick. Which
Yes,
guess
please
what it
do.
is, Josh?
What is it?
It is You've Got Mail, 1998.
Hey.
Kathleen, played by Meg Ryan, and Joe, played by Tom Hanks. Yeah, I mean, Josh pretty much said the majority of it, but yeah, it's just I didn't watch this movie until more recently, which is again why it's in my like more kind of like my honorable mentions type deal. But it's good. I like it. It definitely was interesting watching. Yeah, like Josh said, watching this kind of stuff go down in the like pre like not necessarily internet era, but just like in the pre like before we got to where we are now era, like you know it was in the earlier days of all that stuff, and it was an interesting movie to watch. And Tom Hanks is always good in anything he does,
Oh my
and
God, yes.
and Meg Ryan was really good in this too. So yeah, I definitely had to throw that one in there. And then for my last one, going back to my movies I've seen more recently, this one is from the year 2000. So this is a 22-year-old movie, and the movie is a um this is one of those ones that you're gonna have to like you can't really watch it on the side, and like you can't um like you gotta pay attention to it, primarily because it is a movie that has subtitles. Like it's a Korean, or not a Korean, it's a Hong Kong movie. It's from like it's, it's a Chinese one, so you gotta there's gonna be
Oh.
subtitles, and you gotta read them and all that. But the one I'm talking about is it's called In the Mood for Love. It's a romantic drama movie, starring uh Maggie Chung as a Su Li Zhen slash Mrs. Chan, and then you have Tony Leung playing Chow Mo Wan. And yeah, this one is basically the synopsis for this one is like there are two neighbors um that form a bond after their spouses are having like affairs. And yeah, you kind of get to see them become a thing over the course of the movie. And I actually kind of I like the pacing of this movie. It doesn't feel like there's like really any kind of like they don't really like waste time with how they go about it. They just they do their thing. Another thing I didn't mention is that this movie takes place in the 60s.
Ah.
But yeah, it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend it if you're into like foreign films that are also romantic dramas like this one. And it's really good. There's a lot of good quotes in this one as well. um uh like I think one of my favorite quotes from this movie is um said by Tony Leung's character. And the quote is basically um something along the lines of like it like love doesn't really uh like it kind of just like creeps up. You don't really get the you think you're in command, or you think you're in charge, but it kind of just like creeps up on you out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gotta get the exact quote, but it's like it's something along those lines. And it's yeah, it just like it's so true, man. Like you don't really get to decide sometimes. It's just like it just happens. Like you don't know when, like you'll just start like loving somebody, and you don't and it's not you don't really get to choose when, or like how, but it just happens. And then it just happens one day, and then you know it, like you know within your heart or whatever, that's you know that you love that person, you know. And I think that's pretty. I think that was pretty a pretty good. You know, uh, a pretty good quote, I should say.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, definitely a good movie that I strongly recommend if you're into that kind of stuff. So give that a shot. And it's in the Criterion Collection for a reason, you know. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Definitely need
So
to
yeah,
check that one out.
that is those are our list, right?
That's our list. That's I'm done. That's it, man.
Yeah, there you go,
Um,
man.
that was
So
fun.
yeah,
That was cool. I actually really like doing
that was
that.
cool.
So.
It was definitely different, and it made me realize that I have a lot of movies yet to watch. I'm like, man, Josh named off a few that I'm like, I haven't seen those at all ever. So I gotta get back on my movie watching business. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll hit up some of them movies because I mean some of them are good. You gave me some that I want to check out. So
hell
uh,
yeah, that's what's up right there, man.
that's the stuff, guys. That's the juice. That's the show. We are
There
donezo, I
is.
do believe so. So I'm gonna throw it over to
Indeed, we
Daniel
are.
so we can say our goodbyes. You're up, buddy.
All right. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you watching or listening as always. Um, that is it for today's episode. So if you were here through the entire time, we appreciate you. Definitely a lot of interesting movies that I haven't seen yet and I need to check out. Coming up on stream, uh, more Dying Light. Josh and I are gonna be playing more Dying Light coming up here in the next several days.
Fuck yeah.
Um, play more Galaxies on Friday as well. Um, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Come check it out. I'll be uploading the playthrough as well on YouTube if you don't if you're not there live. So go follow us and you know on all the socials which are on the side here in the bottom somewhere. Um, so yeah, that'll be it. We'll see you guys next week for the review episode of the book of Boba Fett. I'm very excited because the finale's on Wednesday and there's already been some amazing things. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye bye. Peace out.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you liked our list. If you don't, just remember they are our list. They're our personal opinions. I would like to see your list if you have them out there. What are your top favorite movie romances? Post them in the Discords, on the Twitters, all the places that you know how to reach us. Let us know what you like. Coming up, like Daniel said, Dying Light for the next few days. Then we'll do some Galaxies. Come to our streams. We have multi links so you can hang out with us both, and hear us talk and drop kick some zombies. It's a good time.
Oh yeah.
Till we get it completed. Um, yeah. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. Just I appreciate everybody that comes to the show every week and has a good time. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Jake, for that resub at the start of the show. I wanted to shout you out now because I didn't get to shout you out then because we're in the middle of the show, so it's kind of hard to do a shout out. But thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. And we will see you all next week. And I'm not gonna host anybody because I kind of have to log off immediately. So I will be not doing that. I'm just gonna go offline. So we will see you all next time. Bye bye.